How do you find the next biggest NFT project before everybody else does?
We're going to share with you our secret weapon on how we find the next hot project off the mint. We're going to go deep into NFT tool called Nansen and show you how you too can utilize this tool to find your next NFT. You do not want to miss this show. Stanley, should we go deep into Nansen?
Let's do it. Welcome to Go to in the Metaverse, where we're going to go deep into Nansen, one of our secret weapons. Let's get right into it, sir. Boom.
So for those of you who don't know, Nansen is a data analytics tool that you can buy a subscription to at nansen.ai. It's not exclusive to NFTs. It also gives you information on a whole bunch of other blockchain stuff. But we're going to talk about what you can do within NFTs because it's pretty cool. As you'll see as you log in, you have this option called NFT Paradise. If you click on that, it's going to show you a whole bunch of different stuff. We're going to dive deep into that. But before we do that, normally what I do is I check out the NFT indexes. What this does is it pulls up a whole bunch of different projects, prices them on their floor price, and gives you an overall idea of how the market is moving. So the NFT 500 index, which Nansen has created, is taking 500 projects and giving you that price movement over time. So we can see over time, kind of the 17th of February was the peak of the market. It's been a constant downward trend in the market in terms of pricing. We're starting to see a little bit of an uptick happening week on week. That gives you an idea of maybe it's time to be buying into these projects. There could be some good flipping opportunities. They've gone and extended that across gaming, art, metaverse. Great opportunity happened in art. If you were aware, on the 24th of February, you started buying low. You could have been buying high right now. Art in the art blocks world is back in the market. Could that same opportunity be happening with anything within metaverse? That's kind of what this NFT index shows you as you're able to see the price movements over time and start trying to predict where do you think things are going to go. Let's head on back to NFT Paradise. Stanley, any questions before I jump into how we find those NFT mints for the hot off the mint?
No, sir. I think you're doing a great job. Let's keep it going.
Well, thank you. So within NFT Paradise, there is a tab called Mint Master. You click on Mint Master, and what this shows you is every project that has minted over a certain time period. If you click on First Mint, that will show you over the last 24 hours, 15 minutes ago, 21 minutes ago, 48 minutes ago. This is pulling from the blockchain in real time projects that are minting, how many people have minted an NFT, how many of those are what Nansen calls their smart minters, people who trade NFTs and where markets normally follow them. What is the mint volume in ETH and the total gas to give you an idea of where activity is happening? If I went, for example, and I'd said, well, let's see by smart minters, the project with the most smart minters that has minted in the past week, 6 days ago, it's a project called Drug Receipts. 69 smart minters that minted 5,069 NFTs, spending a volume of 900 ETH. I've never heard of Drug Receipts, so that could be an interesting project. 6 days ago is normally a little bit too far away from where I like to be. I want to be operating in the kind of 0 to 3 day timeline because I think that's where you're going to find the most alpha. But let's have a look at Drug Receipts and see what is this project about. If I then click on Drug Receipts, I'll get more of a detail of this project, breaking down into more information that I can see. So what I can see here is deployed 7 days ago. There are 10,000 NFTs in circulation. And you can see the price, volume, and movement that has been happening over time. So you see quite a lot of price in ETH movement, some volume moving around. Minimum price is still 0.09 ETH, so it hasn't seen massive uptick in this project. Floor price at 0.125, both down. Average price 0.173 ETH, and so forth. So we can see that this project managed to get its initial sale going, but hasn't struggled in the past 7 days to see any real secondary volume going from this. Now what I want to see is, well, who are the people that are holding this NFT? If I go to the breakdown within Nansen, I can see all the people that have been holding this NFT and the trading volumes. What I can see here, Tabanyaki, as an example, he minted into this project, bought in, and in the past 1 day has been dumping all of their NFTs, sold 29 NFTs in the past day. And we can see quite a few of those, -9, -9, -6, where there's a couple of people who have bought and I've still got big numbers. That doesn't say for sure, but what it's already giving me the impression is that the majority of the community in this potential NFT community are flippers so far. People who got in early on the mint and are flipping it. I don't know for sure, but that's what the data is starting to tell me over here. I don't see a lot of big holders in the first 7 days. Remember, 7 days is early, so it's hard to tell. But we can see here, if we scroll even further, top balances, 110 NFTs, 92, 91, 89, 72, 72, 62, 55. That's quite a big distribution of big whales in this project. Not something I want to see. I'd like to see that being evened out even lower. People with a number of people with over 50 NFTs, well, that is already a potential warning sign that there's not going to be a lot of long-term holders in this project. So if I'm looking to be one of those long-term holders, I'm probably going to get flipped onto over here, which is okay in the beginning in a project, but you want to know that there's some strong hands, some diamond hands in this project that's happening. Last thing that I then look at is, well, let's actually look at what is the distribution of that. And as we can see, it's actually going in the opposite direction of what I would want to see. So on the mint, we saw that unique addresses climbed to 4,500 addresses. And every single day, this number is actually dropping in the number of unique addresses. So like we said, we've got a number of flippers who are dumping their NFTs, but the number of people who are dumping isn't catching up to the number of new people entering into this project. We want to see this going up every single day. I'll give you an example of another project that will give you a comparison, but that's an important metric to start tracking. Is the unique addresses growing or declining over time? So just from that information and what I've seen so far using Nansen, this is a new project that was hot off the mint 6 days ago, managed to get its sellout. A lot of smart NFT buyers, according to Nansen, in this project. But what I can tell, for me, this is a pump and dump potential. I would want to go on the website. I'd want to go on Twitter. I'd want to get into the community, into the Discord, find out more, get an understanding of who the people are, what's going on. But from the data alone, this would look like a pass for me.
I agree. And let's take a look at, can we pull up Yossi Dordarsals that we covered on the show last week? If you guys missed that episode, make sure you check it out right there. Of what the difference is of a project that has an up trajectory, has diamond hands, has what looks like to me, based on kind of checking out not Nansen, but looking at the social landscape of Twitter and Discord, people are.
Let's do that. Yeah, great question. So here's Dordarsals. We can see traded volume 698 ETH, market cap of 11,294, average price is 1.13. It's up 36%. It has 4,934 wallets that are holding a Dordarsal NFT, and it was minted 11 days ago. If we click on Dordarsals to go deeper into the data, let's see what it tells us from this project, just in the data alone, without knowing anything about the team, about the project, anything like that. Well, first, we can see in 11 days, we're seeing consistent price upward movement in the ETH price for this project. We're seeing some variation on volume, which is fine, but we're seeing good, strong upward movement on the price, on the ETH price, which means the floor price is moving up. We've seen a max price of 20 ETH. Okay, so there's some really interesting high sales that has happened. 613 transactions have happened over the past week, and that is moving up as well. On Nansen Smart NFT Buyer, hasn't seen any smart money per Nansen's AI jumping in there. So a whole bunch of new people in the community are buying into Dordarsals. Could be something interesting there. I know about the project because of the show that we did. The artist is pretty well known, so maybe it's that artist's community who are buying their first NFT here for the first time. That could potentially be what it means. Let's break that down further. On the breakdown tab, click on breakdown, and what we can see here is the number of people who are trading these NFTs, similar to what we just saw there with Drug Relief, but we haven't seen a massive sale off. We see someone selling 8 of theirs, 5, 4, but most people are buying. Kevin Pham bought 21 NFTs, bought 11, bought 9. A few people selling, but nothing, not like a big sell-off like 21 from the other one that we saw in such a short period of time. We do have some big distribution here, some whales. Not as much, as much as I would like to see in terms of the distribution. You've got a person here who's holding 104, 95, 56, 47, but anyone over 50, we only have about 5 or 6 people, whereas with drug relief, that list was going down all the way to the bottom of this page. So better distribution that we're already seeing in how these NFTs are sitting in the wallets of people. And then if we go deeper into that and we go into the hodler section, this graph moving the other way around, we can see that every day unique wallets are actually going up, not down like we saw in drug relief. If we see the percentage of people holding one NFT only, that means the only NFT that they hold is drug relief. We've got that moving on up as well. And then if we look at the actual people that are holding them, maybe you'll see some top diamond hands that you recognize. I don't recognize any of these names, but sometimes you see people here and that gives you some kind of idea of their trading strategy from them. So what I would say just on the data alone is DoorDarsels as a community looks like a more interesting community that I would then go and investigate the project, see if I like the art, like the community, like the utility, the roadmap. But from the data alone, DoorDarsels looking like a better buy than drug relief.
And thank you very much, Yossi. I think that was a great comparison of 2 different projects. And one thing I wanted to point out, maybe the fact that smart money is not in yet could be a good thing, right? Because maybe they're undervalued and those guys are buying in at the top because they believe in the project and they're going to start making larger investments, buying more rares, things like that, which we have seen in projects like Doodles and Apes and other projects where it's not the first minters, it's not the early adapters, it's the ones that wait patiently, do their research, see how the community and the market reacts to them, and then they go in and make those purchases. And this could be one of those purchases. Obviously, time will tell. Great recap of how we look at projects, how Nansen works. Hope you guys got some value out of this. As always, our goal is simple. We want to provide as much value to you guys as possible and hopefully have some fun along the way. Another great show, a much more educational show. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, leave a comment, hit the like button, and we'll see you guys again soon.